Mr. Winkle is known as one of the most disgusting and messed up characters in the SML universe. However, not everybody knows his full story and how deep it truly goes. So today, I will explain everything, from his childhood to his dark, twisted adulthood. David Winkle was born and raised in Kentucky alongside his two brothers, CJ and Mr. Dinkle.
I'm from Kentucky, born and raised. Yeah, not the chicken place. I know what you're thinking. little joke for myself there.
However, this wouldn't last long, as after his childhood, Mr. Winkle and his siblings would all move to Detroit and be raised for the rest of their childhood there. Now, unfortunately, this is really all the information we have as of now regarding Mr. Winkle's childhood. However, we can strongly assume that Mr. Winkle may have been neglected or even abused as a kid, judging by his twisted mind and insane actions that he would commit in the future. But of course, there's actually the probability that Mr. Winkle wasn't abused as a kid and actually had good supportive parents. And over time, Mr. Winkle would become a bad person. But this theory is far more on the unlikely side, due to him not even being the only person in his family who does this stuff, which is a clear sign that their childhood wasn't the best. However, unlike his childhood, we actually know a lot more about his adulthood, which would start around the late 80s. Around this time period, Mr. Winkle would open up a pizza chain called Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, which would host kids' parties and feature 4 really creepy animatronics by the names of Freddy, Bonnie, Foxy, and Chica. However, he would actually have 2 more animatronics hidden in the back, using one of them occasionally during kids' birthday parties. And unfortunately, this would be the start of his disgusting acts, as he would reveal that he murdered 5 girls and shoved their bodies into the animatronics around this time frame.
Listen, I didn't mean to kill those 5 kids and shove their bodies inside the animatronics.
Wait, what the hell are you talking about? You did what now?
Now, at this point, we can assume that Mr. Winkle was in his early 20s, so you may have been wondering how he did something so bad at such a young age. Well, the way this went down is that there was a little girl's birthday party happening, and all the girls were receiving hugs from Foxy. And of course, Winkle wanted to be part of the action for obvious reasons. So when he attempted to get hugs from the girls, they wouldn't want to due to him not being in a suit, and literally being an adult asking for hugs. Obviously, this would piss Mr. Winkle off, and would lead him to put on the Springtrap costume in an attempt to get hugs from the girls. However, this still wouldn't work, and would lead Mr. Winkle to ultimately murder them.
So you're gonna give me a hug? Open your mouth, Bonnie. There you go. Get in there. Get in there. Okay. The cops will never find you in there. You could go inside Freddy.
Yeah, now you can see what I meant when I kept saying that Mr. Winkle was a messed up human. However, this wouldn't be all he does, as he would keep running Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, for the most part, as his main career for many years, up until 2011, when he would actually join the police force under Mr. Goodman's leadership as the police chief. And unfortunately, while this career seems normal for the most part, Mr. Winkle obviously didn't make it normal, as he would also do very disgusting things with children while on the job, thanks to his other twisted brother named CJ, who also happened to be a PDF file. We would find out about this in SML movie Jeffy's 20th birthday, where we would see Mr. Winkle show up as a cop to supposedly de-escalate the situation happening between Jeffy and CJ. However, instead of him actually helping, he would defend CJ, and even say that they were going to interview Phoebe together.
Well, it better not happen again, or he's gonna have to go to juvie. You hear that, Jeffy? You might have to live in a prison cell. It's paradise here.
But he's been hurting Phoebe!
Shut the hell up, Jeffy! Okay, me and my brother are gonna go interview Phoebe.
Clearly, an interview was not going to go down, as you quite literally have not 1, but 2 PDF files in your room, and fans would quickly realize this.
Oh my gosh, no.
Jeffy, I'm gonna get the belt.
Me and my brother. That is definitely the creep teacher. That is definitely him.
But thankfully, later on, Mr. Winkle would get kicked off of the police force by Mr. Goodman after he found out about his crimes. And along with did this, he would get arrested and registered as a offender. But of course, like usual, this was nowhere near the end of Mr. Winkle's run, as he would eventually get out of jail, which brings us to his late adulthood. And his next career that he would get was an elementary school teacher, which obviously wasn't a good idea. During his initial interview for the first grade teacher position, he would not pass the background check run by Officer Goodman like expected. However, in the interview, he would call Mr. Goodman and Principal Steinbeck hot.
But during the interview process, he kept saying that I was hot.
Wait, what? He called you hot?
Yeah.
Well, he called me hot too.
No, he didn't.
He duped us.
He duped us.
Now, for some reason, after all of these red flags, they would stupidly hire Mr. Winkle, even though Mr. Goodman himself literally registered him as an offender. And due to this stupid decision, he would not be a good first grade teacher. We would see him call students hot very often, ask for their addresses, Facebooks, and even do disgusting things with young Cody at one point.
How you doing?
Hi.
That's hot.
Oh man, that was a good lunch. That was the best Lunchable ever. Wait, where's Cody, guys?
I don't know. I haven't seen him. Cody?
Cody, are you okay?
No.
I don't really want to talk about it, guys.
And keep in mind, he was like 6 in this video. Obviously, these actions were not good, and thankfully, everyone would eventually catch on, even Officer Goodman, as in episode 3 of the first grade series, Mr. Winkle would yet again get arrested while taking picture day photos of the kids on his own cell phone.
Just like to send some things to some friends real quick. Email.
You're coming with me.
Sorry, kids, I'm going away for a while.
But in the usual Mr. Winkle style, he would somehow end up escaping prison again and return to the elementary school in part 5 of the first grade series, this time pretending to be Jackie Chu. However, he wasn't slick enough, as at the end of the episode, he would be arrested by Brooklyn Guy this time around, which would end his insane arc for a while. But notice how I said for a while, as Mr. Winkle would strike yet again in 2016, which we would see in SML movie The Gun. In this video, we see that Junior and his friends find a gun at a playground, and after curiously taking it home, they see on the news that 15 children were murdered at the same part, which led them to think that they had the murder weapon. However, after everyone went through pure torture, cutting off each other's arms and getting shot, we would find out that there was a different gun hidden, and the fingerprints on the gun matched none other than Mr. Winkle.
But we have found the fingerprints on the gun. We have matched them to David Winkle. He is already in custody, so it appears justice has been served.
Well, that was clearly a crazy turn of events. I mean, bro went from a PDF file with 5 murders to a literal mass murderer towards kids. But this crime would clearly be the worst he's done so far, which would create a huge 6-year drought of seeing Mr. Winkle all the way up until 2022, when we would finally see him appear again in SML movie Jeffy Swimming Pool. And we would find out that he's actually out of prison and is living at his new home, due to Junior and his friends sneaking into his pool.
Man, this pool's so cool. Joseph, do you know who owns it?
No, dude, I never seen the guy.
Hey, what are you hot little kids doing in my pool?
Ah, it's Mr. Winkle, run!
No, come back. You can use it. Oh, damn, I came on too strong.
Now, we can most likely assume that around this time, Mr. Winkle just got out of prison, as we would actually still see him be in prison 1 year earlier in SML movie Jeffy and Junior Go to Prison. So he was basically fresh out of prison in this video, and was already going back to his old antics, which is just ridiculous. But thankfully, he would stay on the down low for years, and most likely live a relatively normal life for the first time in forever. However, things took a horrible turn in 2024, as he would start attempting to terrorize elementary schools again, this time going for kindergartners. We would see this in SML movie Cody Goes to Kindergarten Part 5, where we would see Mr. Winkle show up during recess and kidnap Alex by luring him with some candy.
Hey there. Hey, little kid. You want some Sour Patch Kids?
Yeah.
Yeah? Well, I got a whole bunch of them in my van. Come on.
Okay.
Whoa, you guys get recess?
Now, before we go on to anything else, can we mention how Mrs. Fitzpatrick literally didn't see or hear Mr. Winkle at all? I mean, come on, they are making it way too easy for him at this point. But from what it seemed like, this was the only kindergartner he would kidnap. However, he would bring back his old method of pretending to be a teacher in SML movie Summer School Part 2, where we would see him pretend to be a substitute teacher and go under the alias of Mr. Winkle. And he would wear some fake goofy glasses as his disguise, which most of the class somehow wouldn't notice still.
Yeah, his name is Mr. Winkle. Oh, come on in, Mr. Winkle. Introduce yourself.
Hey there, beautiful kids.
Yeah, he enjoys you guys. Can you believe it? He begged for the job, cried for it. Weird as hell. Like, I never knew somebody who actually begged for a job like this ever. But anyway, you got the job, Mr. Winkle. Teach these little brats. Please let them learn something. God damn it.
At this point, it's clear that everyone in the SML universe, especially Mr. Steinbeck, are pretty much brain dead, as Mr. Steinbeck should have definitely noticed the disguise that Mr. Winkle had, along with his pretty odd behavior that he himself would call weird. But all of that would pay off in a horrible way, as eventually Mr. Winkle's disguise would fall off, and he would hold Annabelle as a hostage and kidnap her in order for the students not to snitch.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the job done, though. Ugh.
Here's my paper. Oh my god, your mustache is fake!
Oh, man, it's Mr. Winkle!
What a pervert!
That's right, it's me. No, nobody try to follow me, or I'm gonna stab her with this pencil and she'll get lead poisoning. Well, they actually make it with graphite now, but still, it'll hurt really bad. Come on.
I mean, it's just messed up at this point how no one even noticed. And Mr. Winkle would attempt to pull this off for the third time 2 years later in SML movie The Winkle Files, which brings us to the modern day Mr. Winkle, along with a really shocking discovery that we would find out about Mr. Winkle in this video. This time around, we would see Mr. Winkle be a substitute teacher again, this time going by the alias Mr. Yosetta Sam, obviously making a reference to Palm Beach Pete.
Good morning, everybody. This is Palm Beach Pete. I'm not Jeffrey Epstein. I'm just Palm Beach Pete.
And he would wear a fat mustache as his new disguise. However, this time, some of the students weren't as stupid, thanks to Cody, who always seemed to be the one who notices. Eventually, they would find out that it was Mr. Winkle after his disguise yet again fell off. And while he tries to run away, he happens to run into Simmons, which would lead Simmons to arrest Mr. Winkle.
Oh shit, delete. Oh fuck, I can't delete that one. Favorite.
You're under arrest!
Yay! Mr. Winkle arrested!
Yes!
After this, we would see Mr. Winkle land Bubbles as his cellmate in prison, and Bubbles would do the usual torture that he does on everyone, which would actually push Mr. Winkle to his limit. And after this, he would commit by hanging himself.
You woke me up, baby. I think I am ready.
Yeah, just a second.
Well, this was clearly a tragic end to Mr. Winkle's crazy arc. But we aren't fully done with him yet, as in the same video, Junior would make a shocking discovery. In the classroom, he would find the Winkle files, and upon opening them, Junior and his friends would see a page where Mr. Winkle admitted to all of his crimes, along with a page that has names of everybody who helped him. Some of these people were Mr. Goodman, Trump, Screwball, and Cody's uncle Skeeter. Clearly, this is looking a lot like the Epstein files. However, at the end of the folder, Junior would find a flash drive that we are still yet to find out what it contains, as part 2 of the Winkle files is yet to release as of recording this video. But we can probably assume that it has some very illegal content on there, to say the least. But overall, Mr. Winkle has had an insane story, and without a doubt is one of the sickest SML characters out there, and he definitely will not be missed by anyone.